inaugural snooker shootout, and it's time now to meet the players for our next match. Would you please welcome to the table the boy from Brazil, Itaro Santos, and Chen Z.
Yeah, very good, very good. Thanks for inviting me.
Yeah, my pleasure. Because I was watching you before and I like your playing style and I'm considering you a very good player. So I'm happy, more than happy to talk with you.
Thank you.
So this is Itaro Santos, two times Germany champion, Pan American champion, Brazilian championship runner-up. So probably the Igor Figueiredo, Itaro Santos and Igor Figueiredo, probably the two best Brazilian players in the Brazil. And Itaro played in the main tour for the 4 years.
Yeah.
And as a pro, in 2009, he reached top 16 at Paul Hunter Classic. Is it correct?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so nice to talk with you. And the first thing what I wanted to ask you, how your snooker journey started. When you pick up your cue first time, and what are your feelings about the snooker back at old days?
Okay. I started when I was about 7 because of my father. My father used to play snooker as well. And
Nice.
asked to take me to a snooker club, yeah. So since that day, I never stopped playing snooker, yeah. I played from Saturday to Sunday direct with him, yeah. Learn from the first day and then start just to hitting the balls, and then afterwards I fall in love with the game.
Snooker Pro Club team presents brand new second video course, Snooker Mastery, on how to improve overall technique and cue ball control. 22 effective practical ways on how to expand your snooker knowledge and become a decent all-around snooker player. You will get insights and strategies on how to improve cue action, aiming, cue ball control, rest play. You will also learn how to play with the side spin, effortlessly make screw back shots, find proper grip hand position, play doubles, off the cushion shots, and measure cue ball speed correctly. Our snooker training program will give specific practical exercises which will keep you motivated and achieve consistently positive results in the long run. Apply to the Snooker Mastery training program right now and get a video lesson for free.
That's amazing. That's a great story. And did you had any coaches from the beginning, or you just were by yourself in the beginning?
Yeah, us here in Brazil, we never had this structure, like coaching structure, how to stand right and how to move your cue the right way, cue straight, this and that. We never had this in Brazil, but we had some good players here who guide us, yeah, like showed how to put the bridge on, how to hold the cue properly, yeah, their way, yeah, not in the best way, but the way they thought they used to be good for them, yeah. So yeah, I had few persons who give me a guide in the beginning.
Yes.
Yeah. But yeah, I wish that I had a coach, a really good coach in the beginning to start everything right, and then it would be much better. I would not have to expend so many hours studying the game and looking forward for new things. Yeah,
that's great. And but still, those guys who are naturals, I mean, they can teach you a lot of things.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, they help me very much. Like, I think there are 2 ways of learning. Yeah, you can learn by like books and videos and structures and course, and also by yourself. Yeah, learn by doing. But I think it's better when you have a structure. It's much easier. Yeah, you don't need much time. Yeah, you like the person like yourself.
Yes.
So many hours studying and analyzing. You know already what a person needs, instead of that person practice so many hours and they don't know what they should do. Yeah.
Agreed, because if you can combine natural and structure together, you can achieve great results.
Yeah, definitely.
If you see a natural player who has his own way to play and you like a guide, you just say you have to go to that direction and just let him go by himself, make it some corrections, but like in that case, he's not overwhelmed with the information.
Yeah.
This is another thing, you know.
It's true.
Okay. Okay, so great. And what was the first time when you made a century break during practice or competition?
Yeah, during practice I made when I was 11. Yeah.
11. And
Yeah.
did you were nervous before hitting the century break?
Yes, definitely. Very nervous, especially because here in Brazil, in the past we didn't have that much chance to practice in the full size table. Here in Brazil, we play on a 10-foot table, so
Yes, yes.
it's a little smaller than the full size table.
Yeah.
So, and we play in different rules. We play with one red, and we call Snooker instead of Snooker.
Snooker, okay.
It's different rules. I'm gonna show you one day. I have even a video in my channel, in my YouTube channel,
Yeah.
explaining the Brazilian rules. It's quite
Uh,
quick. It's similar to the normal international rules, but it's like different things. Like let's say just one red.
I would,
So we didn't
I
have
would
much
like,
time to practice with the
yeah,
full size table, so that was even more pressure for me to make such a break. Yeah.
that's nice. I would like to come to Brazil at your place so we could play together the wonderful
Oh,
game because,
definitely. You're very welcome. You're very
yeah,
welcome to be here.
hopefully one day after this Corona crisis.
Yes, definitely.
Okay,
We
and
try to work out.
when you had first major success nationally, like you made a century when you were 11 and when you won your first major tournament.
Like, I started to win local competitions when I was 8,
Yeah,
1 year after I started to play. So just local, club wise, yeah. Especially because at that time we didn't have anyone playing like in my age, yeah. So everyone were older
older.
than me, yeah. So and when I have like the first big one was around 10 to 11 was a bigger tournament like a Brazilian Cup, not a national championship, but was a Brazilian Cup with like all the best players playing in it. So that was very nice for me. Yeah. A
That's
very
right.
nice achievement. Yeah, like that gave me more motivation as well. But also I had a very good inspiration here. When I was 8 years old, a friend of mine, at that time I didn't know him, he invited Stephen Hendry to have an exhibition here in Recife, in my hometown.
When was it? When was it?
Um, was in 1994.
1994. Okay.
Yeah.
At his prime.
Sorry, yeah, this is prime. Yeah, so was a great thing. Yeah, they made an exhibition here in a theater. The guy's name was Marcilio. Yeah, and he was a very good motivator, and he motivates myself as well to inspire myself also in his style of playing and
Yeah.
also for his way of doing things. He wants you to change the snooker here, yeah, even in the past, like that everyone used to play the Brazilian rules, and then he brought the full size table here, and then brought Stephen Hendry on his prime to play an exhibition. Yeah, it was very expensive for Brazilian people to have such a thing. Yeah, we never dreamed about. I mean, Stevie Davis were here in the past as well,
And he
but
played against the guy who had a hat.
yes, this guy here is very famous. He just passed away a few weeks ago. Yeah, very
Very
sad.
sad.
and his name was Rui Chappelle. Yeah,
Chappelle, yeah.
very very famous guy, and he used to have um, a challenge on TV, yeah, every weekend. So just to come back a little bit to the story of Stephen Hendry.
Yeah.
So I got very inspired on that. After the exhibition, I asked this guy who even won a frame from Stephen Hendry in Marsilio to take a picture with him, because he was like my idol, yeah, my local idol at that time. And also I want to have a picture with Stephen Hendry as well. And I got his autograph as well. And
Nice.
I bought a videotape. Yeah, at the time we didn't have DVDs or anything like today, but we had a videotape and a book. So this book, I didn't know English, but I could see the pictures and little stuff, so helped me a little bit, yeah. Watching the video back, and was Steve Davis and Stephen Hendry together, yeah. And my dream was one day to play against Steve Davis or Stephen Hendry, yeah. Just play against
Great,
them, yeah.
great.
And then I achieved my dream to play against Steve Davis in Germany in a tournament, and I won. I beat him. And
Nice.
against Stephen Hendry, I lost 4-3, I think, in Ireland. So this small goals that I had and I could achieve was very nice. Coming from Brazil, and I like, we have no tradition of snooker here, and like you have such a dream and then you can achieve, and it was very
But,
nice.
but it
Very
shows
proud of
that you are very talented because you came from the not snooker country, you came to the Europe and you played very well against top guys pro world championships. So can you share your, I don't know, for some people it could be like a secret or something, why you became so good, you know?
I think it's the passion of the game. I'm very, very passionate since I started playing. Yeah, I love play snooker, and I love to practice on my own as well. So for you to become a very good snooker player, you need to be able to practice on your own a lot, and to be open to new things as well. You never know everything. Yeah, I think
Amazing.
as soon as you are open to learn, even when I start to coach, um, I was so open to learn. In the beginning, I was like, yeah, I could teach, yeah, but afterwards, I understood that I was learning more than teaching, yeah.
Yes, it's agreed.
Little things there, for instance, a bridge hand, yeah. I was showing a guy a bridge hand, like for instance, the other day I was showing my son the bridge hand, yeah, how to make, and I realized that I was not doing myself properly. I should stretch more my fingers up, yeah. So little things that you learn, and you maybe you can teach, but you need to apply yourself as well, like more than like walk your talk.
You never stop learning. It's like
Yeah,
you think that it's over, but it's not over. And the more you go to the forest deeply, the more you know that you don't know anything, you know, about the game, and just you like a mad scientist who wants to get more details and precision.
yeah, yeah,
So I
absolutely.
want to talk about the probably biggest your career twitch when you lived in Germany, correct?
Yeah, I lived a big part of my career in Germany. Yeah. So because at that time Brazil, they did not have, they were not member of the international associations, so I could not play for Brazil. So as I have some German roots, like my mom lives in Germany, my sisters, I got quite a big part of my family live in Germany.
Okay.
So what I did is I went to visit them over there, and I was playing in a local club, and I asked about the German structure. How's the national championships? How is the local
Yes,
tournaments?
yes,
Yeah.
yes.
And then the guy said, "Oh, we have the national championship, and the national association are quite supportive. Like they support the players and they support them internationally as well. And in Germany, you have a very good structure. That you have a Bundesliga that is like in football. They have in
Yeah.
a lot of clubs playing against each other, and in the end of the season, the who got more points wins the league.
Yeah.
So I went to a place called Cologne, and it's a beautiful town. They have like a Cologne.
Yes. I know.
Have you been there? All right.
Actually, I'm a little bit German. My last name is Schulte Ebert.
All right. Yeah.
I born in Germany, but my mother is Lithuanian, so I live all my life in Lithuania. But my grandfather is from Germany.
So ich spreche Deutsch, ja?
Ein bisschen Deutsch, aber meine Sprache ist nicht so gut. Much better English and Russian. Because I speak those languages most of the time.
All right. So because of that, and then I went to Cologne, and then I said, a guy asked from the club in Cologne. He said, would you not try to play a German championship or a local tournament first?
Yeah.
The Cologne League, and then after that you can qualify to the regional league, like the Northern Westphalen League.
Yeah, I heard something.
To the national championship. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I said, yeah, I should try. At that time, I was living in England. I lived for a while in Leicester. It was the first time I lived in England.
Yeah.
And I used to practice with some very good players. At that time, I practiced in a club called Willie Thorne Snooker Centre in Leicester.
I probably been there.
Willie Thorne is the commentator, yeah?
I've been there once, and Mark Selby has his own table there.
Yeah, he used to, yeah. He used to play there. So in that club was a dream club. You had like Mark Selby, you had Tom Ford, you have Neil Robertson, Ben Wollaston, like all the best players. Even another guy there was, for me, he was the best player there. His name was Eddie Manning. He was so talented, unbelievable. You cannot imagine this guy. I will tell you a little story about him. He was left-handed. He was so talented that I hardly see he got beat from like Neil and Mark. Yeah, every time Mark Selby and Neil Robertson used to pick balls for him.
So why he didn't become a pro?
He became a pro, but he could not play the same he used to play in practice. Yeah.
So I don't understand that. So for me, it's so that there is so many talented guys who have such amazing
so many, but you need to have the belief. You need to have like unblock your
confidence.
mind, unlock your mind about so many things that people say. Not even in England, there are so many players that they are talent, but they say, I'm not born with this confidence, and I'm not nervous. I don't know, and they don't know
excuses.
that they can learn that. Yeah, a lot of people think they have to be born with confidence and with nerves. Yeah, I believe that you learn these things like any other thing we can learn, like a language. Yeah.
It's like if you have a God-given ability to play the snooker, you have hand-eye coordination and you know all the shots. It's just you have to work with your mind. Become mentally tough with the high concentration exercises, high concentration, high pressure situations, and then eventually you will be better if you want to be that good.
Yeah.
Because it's so unfortunate that so many talented people, not only in snooker but in other sports, are missing chances.
Yeah, it's true. And give me 1 minute. Yeah, just 1 minute.
Sure.
Something here. I'll try to get the light better here.
Yeah.
Yeah, please.
I mean, Yeah, like if you look to, for example, Peter Ebdon or Graham Dodd, they are not the most natural gifted players ever,
And
but
they are world champions, yeah.
but they have such a huge determination, concentration
Their
level.
willpower is unbelievable.
No, I mean,
I had a great experience with Peter Ebdon as well. In 2002, I moved from Leicester to Rushden. Yeah.
yeah,
And at that time, Peter Ebdon was practicing there in an academy called Rushden Snooker Academy. Yeah.
okay,
It's the same academy that is in Sheffield now, run by Keith and Gary. I don't know if you know them.
yeah, I know them.
Yeah. So at that time, there were a lot of professionals in the academy. The great things about academies is that you have the foreign players and the local players as well together. It's a brilliant mix, and you gain so much experience. So you had like players from Thailand, from China, you had
Yes,
players from Holland, from UK, and like we had like Peter Ebdon there practicing. Ken Doherty used to come sometimes. Tony Drago used to come a lot as well. So at that
great.
time, Peter Ebdon won the World Championship.
Yeah,
And at that time as well, you were together with Chris Henry. I don't know if you heard about Chris Henry, of course.
Chris Andy, I heard about most coaches I heard, which are
Of
worldwide.
course.
Yeah.
So Chris Henry, he used to coach Peter Ebdon and the other players at the academy as well. And a funny thing that happened, I don't know if you know about that, that he was about 2 years coaching Peter, and he asked Peter to write down, "I am world champion," and put this piece of paper on his pocket. And every day he was reading and believing that he would be a world champion and visualizing, yeah. So, and the end of the story is that he became world champion, and that was like a great motivation for us players. Like I was just starting over there, yeah, and for the other players as well, yeah.
I mean, Chris Andy has amazing communication skills. The way he expresses his words to the
Yeah,
person is just,
very good.
he's very good at his job, you know, what he does.
Yeah.
Unbelievable, yeah.
So yeah, coming back to Germany, and then I played the local league, and then I won the local league, won the club tournament, the local league tournament, North Westphalen League, and then won the German Championship as well at the first time. Yeah.
Great. So my question is, you mentioned that you played a lot with Neil Robertson, Mark Selby, and other top guys.
Yes.
During that time, what did you learn the most? What was the most crucial lesson for you that you made a big step forward to be a professional? Like what helped you to be a professional? What did you learn the most from them?
I think the discipline, yeah. The discipline and especially I think Neil Robertson, because was similar to myself, not in the game style, but he was foreigner, I was a foreigner as well, yeah. And
Yeah.
like from Serbian for the English British guys, it's easier than for us, yeah, because they are there, and if they not succeed, they still in their own country, yeah. And
Yeah.
when you go out from your country and you need to succeed, you have the whole country, the whole nation
Yes.
on your shoulders, yeah, and they want you to win. But if you don't succeed in 2 seasons, you have to go back to your country, yeah, and start all over again, yeah. So it's much more difficult, yeah. It's harder for us, yeah. So Neil Robertson, he had this willpower so much that he was on the tour and off the tour, on the tour and off the tour, and was keep trying, yeah. Even like one time he was like thinking about giving up, and yeah, It's true. He was thinking about giving up, and then he said, "No, I'm gonna give it a last try." He was even looking for a job in Australia. Yeah.
But he like it's hard to believe because nowadays he looks so good, like technically and mentally, and
Yeah.
it's hard to believe that he was almost fall off of the tour like completely.
Yeah.
So
He was
this is
very,
like
and he changed. Yeah, he was not very. In the beginning, he was not so disciplined, but he became more disciplined. Yeah, I think the player who I saw that worked harder was Mark Selby. Yeah.
Mark Selby has an amazing routine, the way he approaches the shot, same feathers, same approach, same cue
Yeah,
action. It's like
very
repeats himself.
consistent. Very consistent.
And his tempo doesn't change if he plays pressure moments or he plays at relaxed stage. He is almost the same.
Yeah,
So
unbelievable.
definitely it helps to be more consistent when all matters, you know.
Yeah, it's true.
So my question is also what did you learn not only mentally but technically? What did you
What
gain?
I learned about how to stand properly on the table, like more. I used to stand more sideboards, and I saw them playing, and we had a coach over there as well called Alan Perkins. Was an unbelievable person, yeah. He helped all the players. He coached the players, and also he he put all the players he coached to live in the same house. Yeah, so we shared a house, like me and the
Unbelievable
coach,
experience, yeah.
like Mark Selby and Nick Robertson. Yeah, it was very very nice.
So tell me, like, as a person, how is Mark? Like, what his personality look like? Like Neo, Mark, like,
Yeah, both like Mark are more easygoing with everyone. Yeah, more he likes to play with everyone. Yeah, make jokes and everything. Neo is more quiet. Yeah,
yeah.
but very friendly. Both were very friendly.
Okay, so I want to talk about other Brazilian guy, which I know personally, Igor Figueiredo,
Yeah,
the best crewback shot ever in snooker history.
yeah, very very good.
Amazing talent, in my opinion. And how you are communicating with him. You know, are you good friends with him?
Yeah, very good friends. Just to come back a little bit for the question that you asked me about the technique.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
the as I say, that time I didn't know much about technique, so I was starting to. I changed my stance a little bit, and I start to experiment putting a pause on my cue action. Yeah, that I didn't had. I just played naturally. Yeah, so there's two main things. Yeah, three things actually were very important for me. The stance, to have a defined rhythm, like you said, Max Selby. I was watching him, and he was feathering every time the same. Yeah, even an easy shot or a difficult shot,
Yeah.
and this pose as well. Yeah, so this three things were like very important for me to grow up as a player. Yeah? So coming
Yeah.
back now for Igor. Yeah.
Yeah, so when I was in Sheffield Academy 6 years ago, I met him and he was playing with other guys. He played a couple of sets with me, best of five.
Yeah.
And I loved his cue action. It's just the way he hits the cue ball. I mean, his cue action looks for me phenomenal.
Yeah.
And
Very, very good.
really fun guy, charismatic. And he told me lots of good things about grip, which I used to my advantage. So thanks to him. And it's great to see that recently he played quite well, you know, on the Welsh Open, and he had some success. And I think, I mean, he's not young anymore, but he became a world champion. So, did you play against him a lot? What did you learn from him, and how you are supporting each other when you play together?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, we used to live in Germany one time at the time that I was living there, and he was in Brazil, and then I invited him to come over. So
Yeah.
he went to Germany. We spent the time together, and then I helped him a little bit with his technique, because at that time he was playing he was very good player already, but in a small table, and we didn't have time to practice on the full size table because there were not many here in Brazil.
Yeah.
So, and also a guy called Thomas Heim.
Yeah, I know him.
Helped him a lot with his coaching, yeah. So of changing his technique, like his arm used to go like to the side and then come straighter, and little stuff that his stance was sideways and changed to straight, a little bit straighter. So little change in his technique that helped him a lot, yeah. And I think was a really hard time for him because he thought he could not come back to play well again, yeah, because his game went down and then up afterwards, yeah. But
It always
it
happens like
was
that.
phenomenal to see that he adapted and learned so quick, yeah. And
Yes, he's down.
nowadays he became coach as well, and we like help each other a lot, yeah. I gain a lot of experience from him, and he gained a lot of experience from me. We exchange tips, and we exchange thoughts that we have, yeah. Like help him a little bit with his game. He helped me a lot.
Oh, that's
But
friendship.
I think he's a big inspiration for myself as well, with his
Yeah.
real power of win, because he came from this country as well. Like we don't have the tradition of playing snooker, and he's fighting, yeah, over there. He left his family here, yeah. He have got three children, yeah. So
Three
it's
children,
really
a lot.
really hard, and he's working really hard. Yeah, I never seen someone work so hard as him. Yeah.
And his passion for the game is phenomenal also. Like
Yeah,
he's
very
talk
passionate.
snooker, eat snooker, watch snooker, talk snooker.
Yeah,
Like
he love it. Yeah, yeah. We had a great experience. We played together in the World Cup
yeah,
in 2015, I think, in Wuxi,
and
and we had a
sounds
great win there. We had a very tough group. It was Belgium, Scotland, and Hong
China.
Kong and China. No, in 2015 we played against another one. It was not China. It was another play. It was Hong Kong. Malaysia, Scotland, Belgium, and can't remember the other one. Yeah, but we finished third in the group.
Great.
And we beat Scotland. It was very nice. It was a great achievement for us. Yeah, like me and him to beat Maguire and John Higgins. Yeah, like for
Great.
me, it's our idols. Yeah, so it was a great experience. Yeah, like we started the first frame I played against Maguire, and then Maguire braked off, and then I made the century. Yeah, it was a great start for us, and then afterwards Igor beat Maguire as well, and then we beat them we lost to John Higgins. I can't remember if I win or lost, but we won 3-2. Yeah, the match was really great experience.
Did you party?
Yeah.
Did you wear celebrating?
Belgium, we beat them 3-2 as well. I beat Luca and beat the other guy as well. I can't remember his name. And Nigo as well beat Luca. So we had a good time there.
Yeah, Igor has an amazing timing. Like the way, as I said, I like the way he delivers the cue. So smooth.
Yeah.
This is the best quality he has, I think, in my opinion. What I learned from him.
Very effortless, yeah. Especially there's an interesting thing here. Here in Brazil, we play in the tables. In the past, yeah, now it's changed a little bit, yeah. But in the past, we used to play with the cloth, really heavy cloth, very thick.
Yeah.
So this cloth, I think helped him a lot to put more on his cue power, yeah.
But the
Because
way he displays the shot, he uses wrist action, which generates speed, you know.
yes. By
And
the way, talking just catching up with this thing that you said about generate more power, and the tip that you gave me was very nice to try to lower my, to not have much time on my pose. Yeah, I just try to create this snowball thing. It was really fantastic. Yeah, I'll send you later a video.
I can explain, because when you're playing with snowball effect, you're
Yeah,
generating effortless speed. When 1 and 2, it's like a continuous motion, which
yeah,
means
yeah.
that you don't have to force again yourself to play the shot.
Yeah,
Because
what I realized is when we stop and then we need to create force. Yeah, we need to force a
yeah,
little bit.
then the only
Very,
the only way in that case to have a good timing is to use wrist action with Ding uses. He plays like that, 1, 2, but he uses flick. This is how
yeah,
it generates
he
speed.
doesn't open that much. Yeah, he doesn't open that much. His
But
grip.
it's just his way. But in your case, because you don't have so much wrist movement, this is natural state for you. You don't need to have such a long such a long delay on the back.
It's true. It's true.
Because
And
when
I just tried. I was curious to try. Yeah? So I went to practice in the morning. I have a place that I give coach here. It's just a
yeah
small with one table. It's not a full size table, but it's excuse
yeah
me. It's not a full size table. It's a 3/4 table, 10-foot table. So I had a practice over there, and I had a few shots, and I realized that you got more cue power with that. Yeah, it was very good.
because when I was watching you, I had a feeling for you, you know, that because in the beginning you play with such a long pause, and there were some tricky small shots where you didn't apply that, and you stroke it beautifully with the beautiful timing, and I had a feeling that this is a natural state for you, more
Yeah,
natural, and you can continue to do that consistently well. And
yeah. I felt more freedom. Yeah, with that. Very good.
yeah, and yeah, freedom is a good thing, because with the more freedom you have in your cue action, the more freedom you have in your mind, and this helps you to gain confidence.
Yeah.
But you know, this is your case. Other guys are not like that. They need to use that. So it just depends from the person. There is no one way to coach.
Sure. Of
Okay,
course.
happy that it helped you. So
Thank you. Thank you very much.
back to the present. So you already mentioned that you are coaching right now.
Yeah.
You are thinking about going back to the tour again.
Yeah.
So how your day looks like? How much you practice? How much you coach other people? What do you do exactly to improve your skills right now?
Okay. Um, right now, I'm not practicing that much, as I would like to. Yeah, I would love to practice like 8 hours a day. Yeah, at least. But because I'm coaching as well, so I've reduced that like to 3 hours a day. So when I'm here tournament, like let's say 2 months, and then I try to increase a little bit more practice, yeah, on my routine. But right now I'm trying to coach more online coaching, yeah, to do more online coaching. So I have more time free, yeah, to practice. Also, we have got a snooker shop here, so I need to we need to sell tables and cues and this and that. So I need to
Beautiful
travel
cases.
to tournament. Sorry.
I saw your last post on YouTube or somewhere, like beautiful cases. Well
Oh
done.
yeah, we are producing them here. As in Brazil, we are a great producer of leather. Yeah, we have great leather here, so I say, why not we produce here as well? So I made one for myself, and then start to make to sell in the shop as well. And we have our own queues as well.
That's great. So, how many students you have these days all over the Brazil, online or live?
Yeah, let's say because we're doing like workshops as well and
Yeah.
snooker clinics.
Yes.
So in every town we got like 20, 10, 20, 30 sometimes persons at once. Um, let's say, I would say like, I don't have an exactly number, but I'll tell you over 100 definitely.
That's a nice number. And
Yeah, especially like we had this month we had a video from YouTube that reached nearly 1 million viewers. Yeah, it was 780,000 viewers. Yeah, like
amazing achievement.
people are very passionate for snooker here, and because they don't know how to play in the right way, so it's a great thing that I find to tell them in Portuguese, in our mother language, how to like to share this experience. Yeah, because I know I'm teaching, yeah, but I'm learning a lot as well. Yeah?
So, do you have any talented perspective players who can became very good in the soon future?
Yes, we have here. There is a guy from a town near where I live called Luis,
Luis.
but he's 12 or 13 now, but he's really talented. He's the ball very well, smooth cue action, but he only plays in the Brazilian rules. Yeah, so I think it's quite hard for him. If he would have a full size table and more experience on the international rules, 15 reds, it would be fantastic for him. He would be like the next generation to play and to achieve things here. Yeah?
Is it possible to him find sponsors?
Yeah, for him it's alright. His father is owns owns a farmers here, big farmers here, so it would be no problem for his father to sponsor him. Yeah, but it's because in our country they love this Brazilian rules. Yeah, they want the world to change, but they don't want to change. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I
They
understand
want
that.
like the world snooker to play in the Brazilian rules, not they follow the world. Yeah, it's hard. It's hard to understand. So,
It's
but we
hard
continue,
and not
we
hard because
continue work. Yeah, we continue. I I I try to maybe force the people to play the international rules too much, but I realized that here I need to work with the ones who wants you.